За ингээд өнөөдөр төрөөтэйг mock interview хий. Тэгээд энэ асуулт ерөөхдөө л Amazon-д баг хүн болгоноос асуугддаг. Ер нь guaranteed гэх юм уу те. Ер нь бол асуугдах тодорхой нэг асуулт. Тэгээ асуугаад тэгээд ер нь хэрхэн хариулах вэ гэдэг талаар та бүхэнд ингээд харуулъя mock interview хийж. За let's do it.
Okay.
So can you tell me about the situation you have a conflict with your manager or your peer? What was the situation? What was the result?
Yeah, so the situation. So our company used to work with this company called Rendered AI. So basically we did their full stack development. And then our team is basically responsible for the front end. And then when I first joined the team, the project was, I guess, average sized. There's like 3 to 4 people working on it, and then they developed the project for like around 6 months. So basically the project was, I guess, the large sized. So when I joined the team and then started, reading the codes, one thing that was stood out for me was there's like many different styles of coding. There's like no single format. The file names were like, all of them named like in a different syntax. Like I guess a lot of developers were, worked on the project before I joined, and then, every single one of them, used their own styles to basically develop the project. So when I first joined the team, it was like kind of difficult for me to understand like, exactly what the file is doing, exactly which like thing on the website. So that was like kind of difficult part for me. And then after I joined around like 3 to 4 months, so we basically got into a technical debt. That means like it was like difficult for me to continue working on the project and like implementing new features. So basically what I did was I realized that problem. We were working like every day with the Rendered AI team as well. So I started talking with them, okay, so here's the problem. If you guys want to develop like a new feature, we would need to like, let's start a new project, which is called this front-end version 2.0. This is like a new version of the website. And then we have to start from the scratch, because if we, fix all the problems, we have to basically rewrite the entire project. So that's why I wanted to, just let's forget about this. Let's forget about the features, new features for now. Let's rewrite this whole code, and then we can continue working on it. So basically, the task, I introduced them like, this is much better way. By better way, I mean like, we're going to have like a single syntax. We will create the rules, and then we're gonna simplify the codes, the naming convention, everything basically. That way we're not gonna run into any technical debts in the future, and then it's gonna be easier to implement new features as well. So I presented them that idea, and then basically their tech lead argued that, why don't we just fix this current project? It's not make sense to start at 2.0 since, we haven't even released it yet. But I definitely stood my ground. It was definitely much easier to rewrite the whole code, as I said, because if we fix the project, it was going to take like around 6 to 8 months basically. But like if we just rewrite the whole project from scratch, it was gonna like take like 3 to 4 months maximum. That's the point I made. And then I explained them, like the file size were huge. We're not sure even if we delete something, it's gonna cause error somewhere else that we do not know. So that's the point that I argued, and finally, they understood me, and then they gave me permission to rewrite the whole project from scratch. So the end result was our website, the new project. We developed the website for around like 3 to 4 months. The new website were much more like looking similar to the design, or the designers were like pretty happy with our implementation. The sizing, spacing, everything was much better than the previous version. Our code looked much cleaner. If we want to develop a new feature, it was much easier for us, for me and our other developers as well. And then it was also easier for us to like writing tests as well. So that was like a big plus for me. So, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. And I have 2 more follow-up questions. So, what kind of strategies did you apply when you convinced the tech lead? Like, what kind of things have you done in order to make him make that decision, or entire team make that decision?
Yeah.
Second question is, how did you come up with the 8 months estimate to fix the existing code base? And 3 months to newer version? How did you come up with that plan?
Okay, so
First
question, yeah. So the strategy. So basically, the only strategy I came up with is just present them with the truth. Like they wanted us to like implement a new features because we were like fixing bugs for around I think 2 months after I joined the team, and then they definitely want to like develop new features, implement new features. So I just told them, okay, here's the situation, right? So this is the truth. If we want to implement a new feature, currently we have to almost like spend another 2 months to, fix these issues first, and then we can get into the features. But even then, even if we implement the new features, I think the problems will still exist because the code base was so huge. So the strategy I went with is basically I just present them with the data that support my
analogy.
Yeah, exactly. And then they just basically, okay, I understood this, but like give me a plan, right? What if we just rewrite and like fix all the issues plus implement the new features? How long is that gonna take? Plus, like what's your like better solution?
So how did you come up with the plan? Estimate, right?
Yeah, so we had this 2-week sprint. Every sprint, like developers have like each developer have 20 points. And then, for example, around like let's say there's like a simple bug on a website. We spent like 4 points, like on a single bug. So it was like very costly, I guess. And then that 4 point means the developer has like 2 whole days to fix it. So I estimated that using the knowledge that I had for the 2 months that we fixed the bugs. So like we fixed like, I don't know, around like 30-40 bugs. And then that took like, 2 months, I guess. So I took that in. Plus, let's say, if we start from the scratch, like I created this whole list of components, pages, like, all the features that we need to like, make the exact same website. That took around like 3 to 4 months. I estimated them like, one component will take like 10 to 12 points. And then I created that, there's like long list. I assigned like points to each of them, and then that's how the 3 to 4 months planning came out. Plus, the bug fixing, that took around like 3 to 4 months as well.
I see. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I think so. What I'm hearing is, so you calculate how many bugs you have previously interfered previous 2 months.
Yeah.
Depending on that, how many bugs will be there next 3 to 4 months, and adding more features plus bugs is gonna be 8 months.
Yeah.
But then you calculated how many components you have, each component, how many days you will took, and calculated. Then you come up with the plan. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good. Okay. So let's finish our interview. За ингээд саяны интервью дээр бол тэр мөхөөс бол 3-4 шинжийг ингээд ямар ч байсан харсан. Би дататаа боллоо гэж харагдчихээн. Гэхдээ яг хуу тэр бас юу improve хийх юмнууд бас байна гэж харж байна. За сайн болсон юмнууд нь гэвэл ямар ч байсан конфликтийг хандл хийх аргууд байна тий. Презентацийн хийх, итгүүлэн үнэмшүүлэх аргачлалууд хийсэн байна. Төлөвлөгөөтэй байсан байна. Төлөвлөгөөгөө баталж ярьж чадж जैन. Тэр нь болохоор backbone гэдэг одоо ноён нуруутай гэх юм монголоор тийм шинж тэмдгүүрүүд харагдаж байна. Тэгээ bias for action буюу одоо өөрийнхөө харсан үзэл санаан дээр ямар ч байсан тий calculated risk гэдэг орох энэ хандлагуудыг ингээд харж байгаа учраас Amazon дээр ингээд болох юм байна гэж одоо бие байсан бол ингээд фидбек үлдээн. Гэхдээ яг хоо саяныхыг сонсохоор бас юу гэж харагдаж байна. Сеньор болж чадхааргүй харагдаад байна. Яг л зөвхөн technical lead дээр чи convince хийсэн гэхээр нөгөө талд нөгөө бизнесийнх чинь 8 сар хүлээх үү 6 сар хүлээхгүй шинэ фичер авахгүй хүлээсэн гэдэг үнцэг гарч ирж байгаа. Тэрэн дээр уг нь бол бас ярилцлагуудаа яагаад бизнесийнхэнтэй харьцдаг тий кросс харьцаж чадж байна гэдгийг харуулах юм бол ахлах руу явах магадлал бас харагдж байна. Project-ийн complexity нь уг нь бол том хүртлөө тэргийг гаргаж ирж ярихгүй байгаа даа. Сул үг бас нэлээд байгаад байна. Бас зэгцтэй товч болгоод тэгээ цааш нь дэлгэрүүлэх аргачлалуудыг сайжруулсан бол интервью сайн болох байлаа гэж одоо дүгнэх нэ. За ингээ баярлалаа.
За баярлалаа.